Hello, collective. Welcome to the Moon Report. My name is Marlene, and I am so happy to be back sharing space with you in this beautiful new moon in Leo. I have the chart up here. It happened today, 7:24 at 3:11 Eastern Standard Time. And we can see the new moon conjunction right here, the sun and the moon, which is what creates a new moon, right? At 2 degrees of Leo. And we have a Mercury retrograde right here happening in Leo as well. And this new moon is usually a very powerful new moon. We happen to have not only Mercury in retrograde, but we also have Neptune and Saturn in retrograde conjunct over here. And it's squaring or trining, excuse me, this moon, which is a pretty favorable aspect. Even though they're in retrograde, it's having, let's say, a favorable conversation with this new moon. We also have Uranus right here, that is at 0 degrees of Gemini, moving forward, but just changing signs from being a very long time in Taurus, now moving into the sign of Gemini, which is a very different energy. And we are feeling that Uranian energy in a different way, more of an air element, where Taurus was an earth element. Gemini rules, psychology and communication and the network that holds us together, the way we move and bring information from one place to another. And we are feeling that Uranian energy during this new moon as well. And then we also have Mars over here with the South Node in Virgo. So we are definitely, feeling that Martian energy when it comes to our themes with the South Node. And if you're new around here, first of all, welcome. And if some of this, jargon that I'm spewing out here doesn't really make sense, no worries. We're going to kind of break this down as best as possible to give us a collective view on what this new moon in Leo is really bringing to us. And we also have Pluto over here in retrograde as well in Aquarius. So I wanted to bring up those kind of like big players that are in retrograde. And then we can't forget that we have 10 degrees of Cancer where Jupiter is sitting as well. And, moving forward in Cancer. So, with this new moon in Leo, um, we are really being asked to lead with the heart and really move forward in your leadership with authenticity. And when I say those words, it may, sound, like big and grandiose, like in leadership, you should be doing big things, moving big movements and big amounts of people. And really, leadership can be found in the smallest, in the quietest, in the most subtle ways. And where is it that you are being asked to use that leadership and use your power in the way that would be not only good for you and keep you authentic, but also be good for everyone that your light touches? And that through that personal power and through your personal leadership, you are affecting those around you, your family, your friends, your community. And that you're really using your voice in many ways, in ways that matter to you and that feel really true to you. And with this trine that's happening with Saturn and Neptune, Saturn and Neptune have been conjunct and doing their thing for quite a while, and they will be doing it for more time. And, in that conversation, in that favorable conversation with this moon, we're really being asked to, sift through what we want, sift through our dreams, sift through what we want to feel passionate about, what we want to move forward with, and use this energy to begin that with a ton of love and passion. And if you stay true to your heart, those dreams will begin to ground and solidify because Saturn will help you anchor them. And we're really asked, in my opinion, to dream big here. And it doesn't mean that you would necessarily have to go and know what you're going to do with that dream right away, but dare to have it, dare to communicate it to yourself, write it down, use some, journaling to express some words, some ideas, some thoughts that may be coming through in this new moon. You may be feeling the urge to create change and to, revolutionize your ideas and your thoughts. And I invite you to do so. I invite you to put them on paper. I invite you to, share them, maybe express them in another way, maybe create some art, you know. Um, we could be feeling a little bit of high emotional ups and downs in relation to the things that are happening and the personal things that we're going through and maybe the things that we want to achieve but feel stuck, and there may be a little bit of, I feel a little bit of like tug and pull on, wanting to move forward, but not having all the information and not having all the resources. And remember, guys, we are in a retrograde. And for those of us that, you know, don't exactly know what that means, we are in a time where everything is going to seem to slow down. And it teaches us to allow ourselves to slow down and to really value introspection and reviewing and rechecking and restructuring and replanning and, sitting with your thoughts, sitting with compassion. And with Leo, that may look like breakups, things that force us to sit, unfortunate situations like, maybe all of a sudden you're not feeling well, right? You're something, maybe you're fighting a cold or a flu or, a headache, something that forces you to kind of pause. And I really want to invite you to embrace the pause. Embrace the pause, knowing that it is an important part of creating. The more you go and resist where you find yourself now, the more that you will create chaos in this environment. So there's no reason to go against the energy because everything that you are putting forth, whether it be an idea, whether it be a first step, whether it be, a planning of, whether it be a, rethinking of a conversation, anything that you may be rummaging through, this part is an important part of the process as well. And Leo wants you to know in your heart, that when you do complete this cycle, you do so from a place of true, true authenticity. So it's really short and sweet today, you know? I mentioned major player Uranus going into Gemini. This is huge. You know, this is revolution. This is awakening. And Leo is asking you to lead your own revolution in a way that awakens and touches others into their revolution. And revolution looks so different for everyone. So, really find that struggle in you, right? And begin to just fuel what is working, fuel what feels good, fuel what feels true and from the heart. And you will truly, truly ride whatever waves in whatever way they're manifesting for you. Some of us may be going through some really difficult shit right now. And, there may be a tiny little bit of chaos or big chaos going on in our lives, and collectively, we all know that we are going through some really, really eye-opening times in our existence. And I mean, really, if you want to serve somewhere, I mean, we have so much that we can do right now at this moment to help others and serve in some way to Mother Earth. So if you're looking to serve, this is a wonderful energy. If you're looking to help, this is a wonderful energy. But it all starts with you and you feeling right and true with whatever path you pick. So I send you clarity in this dark moon. And as the light of the moon begins to increase, may your awareness increase. May your insight increase. May your manifestations increase. And you're knowing that, if you are moving from this space, you really can't go wrong. Thank you so much for being here. You know, um, I know that this is a new moon, and I know that there's a lot of retrogrades going on. So if you don't feel certain about where you want to go or what you want to do or what is it that you're creating or what is it that this all means to you, that is perfectly fine. Move with the feeling that your heart resonates. Move with your breath in the moment. And don't try to move so far away because whatever it is you're moving towards, you are creating it now. So really dive in and sink into that feeling of love and joy. And if you are going through something, kind of crappy, know that it's an important part of where you're going, even though it really feels like crap right now. And I am sending you a big hug and so much love. So I will see you on the full moon, everyone. Enjoy this delicious ride and, celebrate where you're going because Leo does like to have a good time. Take care.